Good morning, I'm Paolo del Rosario. Welcome to Weather HQ. Today's headlines. President Bongbong Marcos assures the public the government is ably handling all disaster management efforts in the aftermath of tropical cyclones Christine and Leon. The president says there is sufficient assets to help typhoon victims recover. As the weather improves, the state disaster agency monitors millions of Filipinos expected to flock cemeteries for All Saints' Day and All Souls' Day observance throughout the country. We'll have live reports from the Ninoy Aquino International Airport and the libingan ng mga bayani. And Typhoon Kong-Rey, formerly known as Leon here in the Philippines, hits Taiwan, causing floods and evacuations of residents. More on our global weather. President Marcos is expected to visit the tomb of his father, former President Ferdinand Marcos Sr. Let's get an update from Francis Falve, reporting live from the libingan ng mga bayani in Taguig City. Francis, has the president arrived?
Paolo, President Bongbong Marcos is expected to arrive here any time from now at the tomb of his father, former President Ferdinand Edralin Marcos Sr. The first family is also expected to be here, headed by First Lady Liza Araneta Marcos and their children Ferdinand Alexander, Joseph Simon, and William Vincent. Former First Lady Imelda Marcos is also expected to be present. No confirmation yet with Senator Amy Marcos, but we received information that she visited yesterday. We are still trying to find out also if another sibling of the President, Irene Marcos, will attend today. Their close friends, along with hundreds of Marcos loyalists and supporters, some came all the way from Ilocos, are here since early this morning. There is no formal program here, Paolo, except for a mass, which is about to start when the president arrives. No speech to be delivered as well, but the supporters are expected to see and have a word with the first family. Meanwhile, for the public, the Philippine Army is implementing a tighter security in the entrance. There is only one gate in the cemetery, but the vehicles are no longer allowed to enter. Military personnel are positioned in strategic places to limit access going to the tomb of the fallen heroes and the area going to the tomb of former President Marcos Sr. Nearby is also the grave of former presidents such as Fidel Valdez Ramos, Carlos P. Garcia, Elpidio Quirino, and Diosdado Macapagal, and the president has given wreaths for each of them. The mass is expected to last for an hour. And that's the latest here at the libingan ng mga bayani. Paolo, back to you.
Francis, can we expect the security to lessen or at least loosen after the events today for the President Bongbong Marcos?
Yes, Paolo, we spoke with the Philippine Army representatives here, and they told us that the security will be loosened a bit, but we can expect a tight security the whole day just to secure the coming and the going of the people who will visit the tombs of their loved ones here at the libingan ng mga bayani. Paolo?
Maraming salamat. That was Francis Falve reporting live from the libingan ng mga bayani in Taguig City. Let's check the weather outlook for today. After battling Taiwan, after the storm Leon has weakened into a tropical storm, severe tropical storm is now outside of the Philippine Air Responsibility. It was last located 550 kilometers north-northwest of Itbayat, Batanes, with maximum sustained winds of up to 100 kilometers per hour and gustness of up to 140 kph. Now it continues to move in a northward direction at around 20 kilometers per hour. Now, even though Leon is outside the Philippine area of responsibility, its trough or extension continuously affects our country, in particular in Zambales, Bataan, Occidental Mindoro, and even in Palawan. These areas will have cloudy skies with scattered rains and thunderstorms. Flash floods or landslides are still possible due to moderate to at times heavy rains. Now, for the rest of the country, you can expect partly cloudy skies with isolated rain showers or thunderstorms, especially in the afternoon. Now, the wind flow coming towards the circulation of severe tropical storm Kong-Rey will also bring gusty conditions, especially in coastal and upland areas, particularly in Batanes and the Babuyan Islands, northeastern mainland Cagayan, and eastern Isabela. Now, let's take a look at the gale warning. Now, because of these strong winds, gale warning is still up in the northern seaboard of extreme northern Luzon, particularly in Batanes. Strong to gale force winds are prevailing and are expected to cause a wave height of up to 2 to 4 meters. Sea travel is risky for small sea craft, including all motor bangkas of any type or tonnage. Let's move on over to the side here, just so you can see just how big the expected waves are. Now, mariners of these vessels are advised to remain in port or seek safe harbor until it is safe again to venture out to sea. For those who are planning to visit the cemetery today, let's take a look at the weather conditions for Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao so you can prepare for your day accordingly. As you can see here, due to the trough of the severe tropical storm Leon, residents in Lawag will continue to brace for stormy weather. Now in Tuguegarao, you can expect rains with gusty winds, but for the rest of Luzon, particularly in Baguio, Olongapo, Metro Manila, Tagaytay, Legazpi, and Puerto Princesa, residents will experience cloudy skies with chances of rain showers and thunderstorms. So, if you'll visit your loved ones today at the cemetery, please bring your rain gear with you just in case. Temperature in Baguio will be very cool compared to the rest of the country, 16 to 19 degrees Celsius. In Metro Manila, it will be at around 29 degrees maximum temperature. Now, for Luzon, the temperatures can go up to around 32 degrees Celsius. That will be particularly true in Legazpi and in Puerto Princesa, right down there. So just to show you, Legazpi also at 32 degrees Celsius. Let's go on down to Visayas, the western part of the region, particularly in Bacolod and Iloilo. Residents will experience cloudy skies with chance of rain showers. While Cebu and Tacloban, residents will have generally fair weather conditions. As you can see here, the eastern portion of Visayas looking a bit more sunny compared to what we're seeing over in Bacolod and in Iloilo. Temperatures in Cebu could reach up to 31 degrees, while in Tacloban, maximum temperatures may reach up to 32 degrees Celsius. Let's go down to Mindanao. Generally fair weather conditions are expected, particularly in Cagayan de Oro, Metro Davao, and Zamboanga, but temperatures could be a bit high in these areas. And particularly in Cagayan de Oro, 32 degrees Celsius actually is the lowest with regards to that, because you take a look at here, Zamboanga, 33 degrees Celsius, and in Metro Davao, it can go up to around 34, 35 degrees Celsius over here. So watch out for the heat waves that you'll experience there. With these temperatures, always stay hydrated and keep yourselves cool. Thank goodness it's Friday. To help with your plans this weekend, let's check the weather for the next 3 days based on Pag-asa's 3-day weather forecast. Take a look at Metro Manila. Those who are still visiting their loved ones in cemetery this weekend can expect partly cloudy skies with isolated chances of rain showers and thunderstorms. Make sure you always bring your umbrella and be ready to protect yourself from the sun and the rain. Temperatures for the next 3 days will range from 25 to 32 degrees Celsius, Monday in particular, as well as Sunday being just a bit hotter than what we're experiencing over on Saturday. Let's go down south, the Queen City of the South to be particular. The same weather conditions are expected for the upcoming days. Temperatures will range from 25 to 32 degrees Celsius. Now, wherever you go, please bring your water bottles and keep yourself hydrated. Let's go on over to Metro Davao. Now, here, generally fair weather conditions are expected for the next 3 days. But as we mentioned a while ago, temperatures are soaring. If you're going out, please dress accordingly because 34 degrees Celsius, that's what we're expecting on Saturday and on Sunday. And of course, we also saw a while ago that it could go up to 35 degrees Celsius. And make sure you bring your water, your fans, and keep yourself cool at all times. Up next, we'll talk to Pag-asa for the weather outlook for November. Don't go away, you're still watching Weather HQ. Welcome back. You're still watching Weather HQ. I'm Paolo del Rosario. Let's check the latest situation at the NAIA. Our Hannah T is there. Hannah, are there many passengers now at the airport?
Paolo, as time goes by, more passengers are starting to line up at the check-in counters here at NAIA. It is still quieter than yesterday, but we are now seeing an increasing number of travelers. In shops and restaurants, there aren't as many people yet, unlike yesterday when most places were packed. Outside, there is some congestion in the drop-off areas, but overall, the crowd flow is more manageable this morning. So far, there have been no reported major incidents. However, travelers should be aware that the new NAIA infrastructure Infrastructure Corporation, or NNIC, has announced a water interruption for Terminal 3 starting 2 p.m. today until 6 a.m. tomorrow, November 2, due to maintenance work by the Putatan Treatment Plant. 3.2 million liters of water in tanks, with additional water trucks on standby if needed. Water containers will also be placed in restrooms to ensure passengers and staff have access to water. NNIC advises everyone to conserve water, especially in restrooms, and to report any leaks to maintain an adequate supply for all. While it's relatively calm now, we're expecting heavier foot traffic later this afternoon and evening, similar to yesterday's surge. Back to you, Paolo.
Thank you very much. That was Hanati reporting from Naiya. The Department of Social Welfare and Development vows to send more aid to the typhoon victims in Batanes. This comes after local government of Batanes says they are running out of food supplies. The DSWD will bring 5,000 once the weather condition improves. It will also provide drinking water. The local government of Quezon City will allocate 10 million pesos for areas in the Bicol region badly hit by tropical Typhoon Kong-Rey. 8 million pesos will go to 6 dams in Iriga City in Camarines Sur, and municipalities in Libon and Ginombatan and Albay will receive 1 million pesos each. The aid will come from the Quezon City's Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Trust Fund. As of 8 this morning, the National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council says there are 150 reported fatalities from the combined impact of tropical cyclones Christine and Leon, and over 11 billion pesos worth of damage to agriculture and infrastructure. To know more about what to expect this month when it comes to the weather, we have on the phone with us Pag-asa weather specialist Ana Claurel Jorda. Good morning, Ana.
Yes, good morning po.
Well, last October, we experienced 2 strong tropical cyclones that affected our country. This November, do we have any expected numbers of tropical cyclones that we're expecting?
Yes, this November, we're still expecting tropical cyclones that may enter our area of responsibility.
And do we on the possible track of these cyclones, the tropical cyclones?
Currently, wala pa po tayo. We don't have any track about those tropical cyclones, but based on our climatological track of the tropical cyclones during November season, most of the tropical cyclones may landfall over the eastern section of northern or central Luzon area due to the prevailing northeast monsoon season.
Ana, syempre, we are also worried about yung intensity, yung strength ng mga tropical cyclones na to. Are there any indications na it will be as damaging like the previous cyclones that we've experienced last month?
Yes, currently wala pa po tayong any data that supports na mas magiging malakas po yung mga tropical cyclone, but the Pag-asa is still monitoring po about those or sa mga possibility na magkaroon po tayo ng bagyo this November.
Ana, na-mention mo yung northeast monsoon. How long can we expect that to last? And of course, what can we expect from the northeast monsoon?
The northeast monsoon I think will begin this first or second week of November, and it will last until last week of February or until the mid-March po this next year.
Thank you so much for that, Ana Clarel Jordan of the Pag-asa. That's a Pag-asa weather specialist, Ana Clarel, for giving us updates on what to expect about the weather this month. Maraming salamat. Coming up next, global weather. Keep it here on BNC, the Bilyonaryo News Channel. Welcome back. You're still watching Weather HQ. Taiwan's Central Weather Administration reports Typhoon Kong-Rey hit the mountainous and sparsely populated east coast county of Taitung with strong winds and torrential rain affecting almost all of the island. Surveillance video across Taiwan showed trees swaying in strong winds, strong waves crashing in shores, and water gushing in swollen rivers. Typhoon Kong-Rey caused destroyed roofs, toppled trees onto vehicles, impacted low-lying areas with flooding, and led to the evacuation of local residents and resulted in over 1,300 homes losing power. Before its landfall, the typhoon had already caused rainstorms in multiple regions on the island, causing at least 27 injuries. One person died after the fire department's truck was hit by a fallen tree in central Taiwan. Kong-Rey is forecasted to graze China along the coast of the Fujian province this Friday morning. As it traverses the East China Sea, residents in China should brace for moderate to heavy rainfall. Kong-Rey is expected to weaken as tropical storm on its way to Japan. As you can see, its track over here grazing the eastern portion of China before going towards Japan and also possibly impacting Korea as well. Kong-Rey is forecasted to graze China along the coast of the Fujian province this Friday morning, and as it traverses to the East China Sea. Again, as we mentioned a while ago, China residents should brace for moderate to heavy rainfall. Kong-Rey is expected to weaken as tropical storm while on its way to Japan. Moving over to Europe, the death toll from devastating flash floods in eastern Spain climbed to 158 on Thursday, with rescue teams still searching for those missing. Funeral services and emergency workers on Thursday recovered the bodies of 8 people who had been trapped and killed in a garage on the outskirts of the city of Valencia as it was hit by deadly floods. A local resident told Reuters that those people wouldn't have died if they had been warned in time. Opposition politicians accused the central government in Madrid of acting too slowly to warn residents and send in rescue teams, prompting the Interior Ministry to say regional authorities were responsible for civil protection measures. Meteorologists said that the amount of rain that fell in Valencia is a year's worth of rainfall. This became Europe's worst storm-related disaster in over 5 decades. November is Environment Awareness Month. The Department of Environment and Natural Resources emphasizes the importance of leaving no trash or litter in cemeteries during Undas 2024. The agency encourages the public to honor their loved ones while also protecting the environment by maintaining cleanliness and respect for these sacred spaces. And that's Weather HQ for today. We'll see you again next week, whatever the weather. Here on BNC, the Bilyonaryo News Channel, I'm Paolo del Rosario. Have a happy weekend.